Good evening and welcome back to another episode of The Longing, where today we are going to be continuing to read the Iliad by Homer. I definitely forgot what I was saying there. O lasting infamy, O dire disgrace, to chiefs of vigorous youth and manly race! I trusted in the gods and you to see brave Greece victorious and her navy free. Ah no, the glorious combat you disclaim, and one black day clouds all her former fame. Heavens, what a prodigy these eyes survey, unseen, unthought, till this amazing day. Fly we at length from Troy's oft-conquered bands, and falls our fleet by such inglorious hands. A rout and disciplined, a straggling train, not born to glories of the dusty plain, like frighted fawns from hill to hill pursued, a prey to every savage of the wood. Shall these, so late, who trembled at your name, invade your camps, involve your ships in flame? A change so shameful, say, what cause has wrought the soldiers' baseness, or the generals' fault? Fools, will ye perish for your leader's vice, the purchase infamy, and life the price? 'Tis not your cause, Achilles' injured fame, another's is the crime, but yours the shame. Grant that our chief offend through rage or lust, must you be cowards if your king's unjust? Prevent this evil and your country save, small thought retrieves the spirits of the brave. Think and subdue on dastards' deed to fame, I waste no anger, for they feel no shame. But you, the pride, the flower of all our host, my heart weeps blood to see your glory lost. Nor deem this day, this battle all you lose, a day more black, a fate more vile ensues. Let each reflect who prizes fame or breath, on endless infamy, on instant death. For lo, the fated time, the appointed shore, hark, the gates burst, the brazen barriers roar. Impetuous Hector thunders at the wall, the hour, the spot, to conquer or to fall. Though these words the Grecians' fainting hearts inspire, and listening armies catch the godlike fire. Fixed at his post was each bold Ajax found, with well-ranged squadrons strongly circled round. So close their order, so disposed their fight, as Pallas' self might view with fixed delight. Or had the god of war inclined his eyes, the god of war had owned a just surprise. A chosen phalanx firm resolved as fate, descending Hector and his battle wait. An iron scene gleams dreadful o'er the fields, armour in armour locked, and shields in shields. Spears lean on spears, on targets throng, helms stuck to helms, and man drove man along. The floating plumes unnumbered wave above, as when an earthquake stirs the nodding grove. And levelled at the skies with pointing rays, their brandished lances at each motion blaze. Thus breathing death in terrible array, the close compacted legions urged their way. Fierce they drove on, impatient to destroy. Troy charged the first, and Hector first of Troy. As from some mountain's craggy forehead torn, a rock's round fragment flies with fury born, which from the stubborn stone a torrent rends, precipitate, the ponderous mass descends. From steep to steep the rolling ruin bounds, at every shock the crackling wood resounds. Still gathering force it smokes, and urged amain, whirls leaps and thunders down, impetuous to the plain. There stops, O Hector, their whole force he proved, 230, resistless when he raged, and when he stopped, unmoved. On him the war is bent, the darts are shed, and all their falchions wave around his head. Repulsed he stands, nor from his stand retires, but with repeated shouts his army fires. Trojans, be firm, this arm shall make your way through yon square body and that black array. Stand, and my spear shall rout their scattering power, strong as they seem, embattled like a tower. For he that Juno's heavenly bosom warms, the first of gods, this day inspires our arms. He said, and roused the soul in every breast, urged with desire of fame beyond the rest. Forth marched Deiphobus, but marching held before his wary steps his ample shield. Bold Merion aimed a stroke, nor aimed it wide. The glittering javelin pierced the tough bull hide, but pierced not through, unfaithful to his hand. The point broke short and sparkled in the sand. The Trojan warrior, touched with timely fear, on the raised orb to distance bore the spear. The Greek retreating mourned his frustrate blow, and cursed the treacherous lance that spared a foe. Then to the ships with surly speed he went, to seek a surer javelin in his tent. Meanwhile with rising rage the battle glows, the tumult thickens and the clamour grows. By Teucer's arm the warlike Imbrius bleeds, the son of Mentor, rich in generous steeds. Ere yet to Troy the sons of Greece were led, in fair Pedaeus' verdant pastures bred. The youth had dwelt remote from war's alarms, and blessed in bright Medesicaste's arms. This nymph, the fruit of Priam's ravished joy, allied the warrior to the house of Troy. To Troy, when glory called his arms, he came, and matched the bravest of her chiefs in fame. With Priam's sons, a guardian of the throne, he lived. I've lost myself. He lived beloved and honoured as his own. Him Teucer pierced between the throat and ear. He groans beneath the Telamonian spear. As from some far-seen mountain's airy crown, subdued by steel, a tall ash tumbles down, and soils its verdant tresses on the ground. So falls the youth, his arms the fall resound. Then Teucer, rushing to despoil the dead, from Hector's hand a shining javelin fled. He saw and shunned the death, the forceful dart sung on and pierced Amphimachus's heart. Cteatus' son, of Neptune's forceful line, vain was his courage and his race divine. Prostrate he falls, his clanging arms resound, and his broad buckler thunders on the ground. To seize his beamy helm the victor flies, and just had fastened on the dazzling prize, when Ajax's manly arm a javelin flung, full on the shield's round boss the weapon rung. He felt the shock, nor more was doomed to feel, secure in mail and sheathed in shining steel. Repulsed he yields, the victor Greeks obtain the spoils contested, and bear off the slain. Between the leaders of the Athenian line, Stichius the brave, Menesthius the divine, deplored Amphimachus' sad object lies. Imbrius remains the fierce Ajaces' prize, as two grim lions bear across the lawn, snatched from devouring hounds a slaughtered fawn. In their fell jaws high lifting through the wood, and sprinkling all the shrubs with drops of blood. So these, the chief, great Ajax from the dead, strips his bright arms, Oileus lops his head, tossed like a ball and whirled in air away. At Hector's feet the gory visage lay. The god of ocean, fired with stern disdain, and pierced with sorrow for his grandson slain, inspires the Grecian hearts, confirms their hands, and breathes destruction on the Trojan bands. Swift as a whirlwind rushing to the fleet, he finds the lance-famed Idomen of Crete, his pensive brow the generous care expressed, with which a wounded soldier touched his breast, whom in the chance of war a javelin tore, and his sad comrades from the battle bore. Him to the surgeons of the camp he sent, that office paid he issued from his tent, fierce for the fight, to whom the god begun, in Thoas' voice Andraemon's valiant son, who ruled where Calydon's white rocks arise, and Pleuron's chalky cliffs emblaze the skies. And with that we come to the end of the episode. So I will say thank you very much for joining us today. I hope you all have a wonderful morning, evening, afternoon or night. No matter what time of day it is, I hope you all have a wonderful one of it. And as always, we will be back tomorrow for more of The Longing. Goodbye.